5. The lines are locked. 4. Match day is near. 3. The plates are clear. 2. The picks are in. 1. Let the show begin. Game on. It's that time again. Game on. Kicks and picks is back again. Game on. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Game on. The guys are here and ready to go. Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. The guys are here and ready to go.
All right, we are ready to go after the international break.
That's a banger.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like forever since the last time we recorded, thanks to these international breaks. I don't know who decides to schedule them 2 weeks into the season. I don't necessarily care for it. I don't know about you guys. Although the betting before the break wasn't the best, so maybe the break felt a good time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very disjointed, and I think some teams benefit from it more than others. Especially in Premier League. Like, I think City are going to benefit from this for a good amount, and we'll talk about them in a little bit. But for Liverpool, with the way that things are rolling, not the best time to stop. They weren't playing the best, but you get 9 points in 9. You don't really want to take a long layoff and let your players go off to different countries and potentially get injured. But it seems like everybody's come through. I don't know. Were there any big injuries this international break? Marmouche is out. You're right. Yeah. As I say, normally there's always like 1 or 2 that pop up. That's just like, well, that was a tough start for the club team, losing their best player, second best player for. I guess these aren't actual friendlies; just have a little bit of World Cup qualification component to them, but still not the best timing.
Hey, I'm happy with it. Us, we were okay, but I've been terrible to start the year, so could not come at a better time. Happy for the reset. A lot of shit I like this week, so fade responsibly, guys.
Yeah, and now teams should have all their players settled in for the most part from the transfer market. The window's been closed now for 11 days, so players that did come in late in the window had some time to acclimate. Obviously, some players out in international duty, but managers at least getting to get those guys through the paces, kind of get them into the swing of things with their newer clubs. So maybe that helps get us to a better feel for these teams, what we expect out of them. Sometimes it takes a little time for these better teams to gel. And hey, Erling Haaland, I mean, he should be warmed up for the derby on Sunday, right? After
5 goals, 2 assists,
5 on Moldova or whatever it was.
So I understand that, like,
apparently he was apologizing to the goalie. Said he had
goal
to do
differential is important and whatever, but like, what's my man thinking? What is the coach of Norway thinking? They're up 7-0. Like, you got to leave this dude in for 90 minutes to get his 5th goal.
Yeah, dude,
like,
what's Pep thinking? Like, why is my 150 million pound striker doing out there in a 7-0 game? Like, let him rest.
After he already scored 4 goals. Like, nope, got to let him get that 5th.
Yeah. Say Pep's probably pulling his hair out, but he has no hair, so he's doing something else to get through those 90 minutes. But we'll start in Italy. Speaking of derbies, with the Derby d'Italia, which is Juve Inter, one of the biggest derbies in Italy. Behind like the Milan Derby and a couple of the others. So this is an interesting one because speaking of teams that started in different ways. I mean, Juve coming off 2 wins. Inter came off a thumping of Torino match week 1, looked like world beaters. Like, okay, they're ready to challenge Napoli again, and then couldn't beat Udinese the next match, and that was interesting. So you enter this one where if you like someone to win this match, the numbers are outstanding. Like, you never see these teams with plus 170 usually on the money line, especially Juve at home. Inter in general doesn't get plus 170. Here they get it on the road. Draw line's plus 195. The over is plus 120 I'm seeing here, and the under minus 150. So gearing toward the under for good reason. Historically, I just looked back. 7 of the last 8 have been under 2.5 outside of the one match Nick and I were talking about before we came on, which was a kind of an aberration. The 4-4 last October. Very early in the season for these teams to meet. And it's kind of a big swing game in some ways. I know it's only match week 3, but, if Juve can beat Inter, it's kind of a big deal, I think, for them.
What's up, Johnny? I'm going to do something I hate to do. I'm going to do something I never do. I kind of like this spot for Juventus. I think if you're Juve, this is a time that you want to play Inter. I think we've seen like the Kivu experience, all of it through 2 games. Like, I know that's impossible to say, but we saw what Inter can do on the high end, and we saw what are definitely going to be some growing pains with an aging roster, basically the same roster over the past couple of years, and a brand new coach who has next to 0 top flight experience. So if I'm Juve, haven't given up a goal through 2 games, they haven't looked outstanding, but they're getting goals from Vlahovic. They're getting goals from Jonathan David already through 2 games. Like I said, haven't given up a goal. They're at home. This is a tough game for Inter. I mean, I'm not saying I'm necessarily betting against them, but it's, Juve's got to like their chances in this one. And I think if you're a fan of the team, or if you're Juventus yourselves, this is the best possible time to be playing this Inter team. I think it benefits them this early in the year. Would not surprise me. What do we got for a draw line here?
Plus 195.
Plus 190. Yeah. Okay. That's like a typical Juve draw line. I wish it was more in like the plus 240 range. Because that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, but
can I get you onto plus 390?
Hit me.
Because a 1-1 exact score is plus 390, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible numbers for an exact score, but this game just screams 1-1, does it not?
It absolutely does. I mean, Steve threw out the number, right? 7 out of the last 8, but I feel like every game that we watch between them is a 1-1 or a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
Outside that 4-4, going back, you've got a 1-0 for Juve back in February. Then it was the 4-4 prior to that. The season before, Inter 1-0 at home, 1-1 draw in Turin. They played in the Coppa Italia as well as part of those 8 matches. 2 head-to-heads, a 1-0 for Inter and a 1-1 at Juve back in 23. 1-0 for Juve. So you have to go all the way back to November of 22 to see a 2-0 Juve win outside of the 4-4.
Okay, that's 6 out of 8 games where Juve have taken points off of Inter. So that's, I didn't even know that coming in. Juve seems to have Inter's number.
And then you've got the draw no bet there at minus 110. If you're worried about the draw coming out, you play the draw no bet at minus 110 right now on Juve at home.
I think you do. I think you do. If you like Juve to win, plus 180 to get 2 goals, I think is also a silly number. I'm not counting on
team
that.
Totals are stupid, but yeah.
But if Udinese could score 2 goals on this Inter team, why can't Juve?
Yeah. I don't know. The question for me with this match coming so early in the season, we try. I mean, I'm not gonna say we try not to overreact. We do overreact a lot to like the schedule, and Juve sitting there in 6 points, but they've played a Genoa side that hasn't scored a goal yet this season, and they played. I think it was Parma, right? Yeah. Who is sitting probably gonna be a relegation candidate throughout the season. Yeah. So they haven't really proven a whole lot. But yeah, only scoring 3 goals against those 2 teams, that doesn't exactly bode well. And I think the goal against Genoa, didn't that come towards the end of the match too? That was like it was late from what I remember. Yeah, there's like a Vlahovic came kind of, I don't want to say save the day, but he came in like 75th minute, I think, and scored. So I don't like either team honestly scoring 2 goals, which is why I like the 1-1 draw personally. Definitely. But I'm going either draw line or 1-1 draw. I'll probably do a gut check right before the game time. We'll end up going with the draw line, my guess. But this doesn't seem like a game where there's going to be lots of action. It's going to be a very slow, methodical game.
I'm going to hit you with some player props. Marcus Thuram, shot on target, minus 120. Mm-hmm. That dude is,
he's been the best forward for Inter so far this season.
And he's got 2 goals already. Yeah. So to get
and
a shot
assist,
on target,
right?
minus 120, and we know that he does his best work in September and October. I like that a lot. I'm actually going to bet it right now here live on air.
Yeah, actually, I got minus 110 on
even better.
So
I think if you like Vlahovic, I mean, listen, I don't like him, but he's got 2 goals so far this year. He's plus 300 to score. He's plus 230 to get 2 shots on target. I mean,
you've got a big number on Hard Rock then, because on DraftKings he's 255. So that's
Yeah.
a pretty nice bump you've got there.
I mean, and Hard Rock usually has shit fucking odds, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Check
Just
FanDuel,
kind of
'cause
saying.
FanDuel is usually pretty generous on the goal score odds. I'm going to check that while we're
Anybody
talking
to
about
get
this.
an assist, I mean, pick a player that you like plus 550 or better. So I don't know, like give me someone like Dumfries who always starts off hot plus 700 to get an assist.
How about your boy Hakan Çalhanoğlu plus 205 shot on target set piece?
I mean,
You know, it feels like if there is goals in this, it's going to come on a set piece.
I don't honestly. I mean, I don't know. I wish I was a little more well versed in like what's going on in the Inter locker room. But I mean, he was going to leave, right? He was going to Turkey, and then he stayed. But I don't think they like him. I don't know if like he's Kivu's boy or not. I don't know if he starts because that dude, that Croatian kid's been fucking nasty through 2 games. Sucic or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, if he starts, I'm with you, Scotty.
So just to talk about variability, we always say, you know, if you have multiple books available to you in your state, you know, shop the lines because, you know, obviously Nick's in Florida, so he's only got Hard Rock plus 300, very generous, considering because I just looked on FanDuel and Fanatics. Avlovich, FanDuel has him at plus 180, Fanatics plus 190, so DraftKings at 255, at least quick glance is a pretty good number here in states that have DraftKings.
Yeah.
Eduardo coming with the heat, coming into the bro. Nobody hates Vlahovic more than I do, but that's a big number. But I'm with you. Never is probably the answer. And he didn't score in 2 games for Serbia, so if we count those, we don't have to worry about it.
We're good.
He's over.
Counter starts over. New counter.
No, that's super fair. But no, I mean, just to Steve's point, just big numbers on everybody, and it's because this is probably a 1 or 2 goal game. So
yeah, it hasn't been 0-0 in a long time. So goals should come somewhere from based on past history. We haven't seen a 0-0 in 2021 Coppa Italia. So
plus
a goal or
750?
2 is usually scored.
Under 1 goal is plus 750. If you believe.
I don't know. I don't feel like you said, this Inter side is pitching a shutout again, right? And like to Scott's point, who has Juve really played to have to defend against? So I do think a goal comes somewhere, at least one, if not more. But the books are trending heavily toward the under. I think what I say plus minus 155 on the under or something like that. So the lean is definitely under in terms of how this game should be played out.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't know, man. Just Juve at home looks like a sharp play here, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, and player props obviously an interesting place to look, I think.
Definitely, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much they're going to change once before lineups are. Oh man, wait! I got the bet for you. Goals scored in both halves. No, minus 130.
Yeah. It's not bad.
That's not bad. I could see a very tight first half, no goals at halftime, and then someone gets one in the second half.
That's all you need. 45 minutes, you can win a bet.
Yeah.
That could be the one.
That's also easy to kind of hedge out of too, right? Just take it over at some point and like with 10 minutes left and a half if you need to.
Exactly.
Man,
You're fine.
How many? I gotta see what Bastoni averages tackles per game because his 2+ tackles prop is even pretty decent at minus 135.
What book you on?
DraftKings.
Nice.
Trying to see what his. I mean, they've only played 2 matches so far.
Yeah, they stepped up their markets a lot. Huh?
He's averaging a tackle and a half. Go back to last season. I'm just curious. Yeah, they give you tackles now. They give quite a few player props. He averaged 1.4 tackles per match last season. So, it's not a guarantee, but I feel like they're going to be defending. I guess it's a matter of who controls possession and who's going to have to be making the tackles. But a lot of these tackle props are interesting numbers.
No.
All right.
No.
Shall we move
Gun to
on
your head,
to
Steve. Who's winning?
Going in, I said off air, like, you got to take Inter at plus 170 when you get them, right? But then I think you've kind of talked me onto like leaning Juve here. And I don't buy that Juve is a great team, but Inter conceding 2 to Udinese has me a little concerned, prior to the international break.
Yeah.
Get right.
But
Game.
if I'm taking either side,
Disrespectful to Juve.
Probably on the draw no bet.
Yeah.
Just because you're getting close to even money anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Saturday's a good one in Italy because following that match is the Fiorentina-Napoli match as the late one, 2:45 Eastern kickoff in the afternoon. The previous match was the noon kickoff. Fiorentina hosting Napoli. You've got Fiorentina plus 230 in the money line at home, Napoli plus 125, draw line plus 205, draw no bet on Fiorentina plus 135. Over here this is a big time trending under match. The over in this one's plus 135. The under is minus 170. You want to talk about big goal scorer numbers? You got Moise Kean plus 275, Lorenzo Luca plus 265, Hoyland, the new arrival to Napoli, plus 290. Dzeko, if he gets in the match, plus 285. I mean, Roberto Piccoli, I forgot they signed him too. He's plus 320. And McTominay, the Scot who just keeps on scoring, plus 360. So
What do
the
you got for
numbers
KDB?
are. Who's that?
Kevin De Bruyne.
425.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to take a stab.
Yeah.
Listen, you're absolutely right as to why this game is trending under, because Napoli, very similar to Juve. Like, I don't think they've looked outstanding. They stole that game really late last week with like a 95th minute goal.
Very late.
You know, where they didn't look very good for 80 minutes, right? But they turned it on. And Fiorentina, have they scored a goal yet this year? Right? They have 2 draws.
Let's see.
They have 1 goal scored.
Okay,
1
so they had a
goal
1-1.
allowed.
Yeah,
0-0.
1-1
Right.
against Cagliari, 0-0 to Torino. A Torino
Right.
side that shipped how many to Inter in the
Yeah.
first week? 5
5.
or whatever it was. Yeah.
So Fiorentina don't look good. I think they didn't look good in their Conference League qualification either, right? They had to like escape against some team I've never heard of. So that's why, but it's also kind of why I think I like the over in this one. I think plus 135 is a good enough number to take a swing, because what you kind of mentioned with these players, you got a lot of players who are just looking to get off that rust and score their first goal of the year or have some sort of impact. I just see a 2-1 game, right? I think Fiorentina are going to be at home. They know that they can't really afford to dig a huge hole early in the year. If they come out of 3 games with 2 points, that's not a good look with Como, Milan, Lazio, Roma ahead of them, right? Teams that are on their level or better. They're going to need to go for 3 points. I think Napoli isn't obviously going to want to slip up, and their schedule doesn't get much easier. I see a 2-1 game here. I don't like it goes against all of the metrics, but there's got to be goals. Somebody's got to start scoring at some point. Some might say, Scott, they're due.
Another prop that jumped out real quick before Scott goes: Kevin De Bruyne, goal or assist, plus 170. Here's a guy whipping in free kicks, right?
Yeah.
In theory. I mean, I'm trying to figure this one out. This screams like a Napoli win to me. So I think in that vein, like Nick, you and I are aligned. The only thing that concerns me is I'm looking at Fiorentina's home record as an underdog, and they have 4 wins in a row as home underdogs.
Ooh, good stuff.
So they've got a little bit of momentum, a little bit of the hungry dog in them. I just don't know that I believe it right now. This feels very much like a game that, similar to their last match, where they find a way to win even in maybe tough circumstances. So I think Fiorentina gives them a push, and maybe you're right, Nick. Maybe the 2-1 is the score line, but it feels like Napoli are ultimately going to be the team that prevail here. That's where I'd put money. I don't even know that I would need to do a draw no bet. -1 or plus 125, I think is on the money line is a solid number for me at this. So I'd be willing to go there, even though they're on the road.
Yeah. I mean, before Steve gets in there, you guys know my philosophy. You get the best team in the league or the first place team, which Napoli, can make a case for both. At plus money, you just kind of take it.
Yeah.
No, don't overthink it. So
there's nothing that Fiorentina have really shown so far. I know Moise Kean is probably the X factor for them here. So if he has a great day, then sure, anything can happen. But the long and short of it just feels like this is a game that Napoli should win. and will find a way to win. And especially with Inter and Juve playing each other, it's a great opportunity for them to kind of build a little bit of padding on one or both potentially, right? Like if both teams draw, Napoli could be starting to pull away already in middle of September.
Yeah, Eduardo, good point there. City is the midweek Champions League match for Napoli coming up.
I think Fiorentina at present might be better than City. I don't know.
Yeah, the City Napoli game's Thursday though. It's not it's not like a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's far enough out that I think because this game is Saturday, right?
Yeah, and it's so early that they just came off of a week break. You gotta.
I will say, whoever Napoli play next weekend, that's where you might want to consider the midweek match kind of causing a negative side effect, a little bit of a hangover.
Yeah. What do you think, Coach?
I mean, I would lean Napoli at plus 125. I think they're the better team. The number I'm always keen is very intriguing to me at plus 275, considering he had a really good international break for Italy, scored a few goals.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, if they need to score goals, who's going to be doing the goal scoring? It's got to be him, you'd think. I also, that KDB prop at plus 170, goal or assist, is an interesting one to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything we missed here, but I don't know. Napoli 2-1 win seems like it could happen. I mean, Napoli 1-0 win could happen also, but
yeah, I mean, KDB goal in the win against Sassuolo, and then on international break he had a goal against Liechtenstein.
Was it a penalty against Sassuolo? I forget.
Might have been, and then no, was his a free kick? I thought it was a free kick.
Free kick, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I don't remember.
And then 2 goals and assists against Kazakhstan. Obviously not the stiffest of competition on international break, but he's producing. He must be feeling pretty good about himself. So, yeah, I mean, for a guy who takes free kicks, he'll probably, I would imagine, be the penalty kick taker for them at this point, right? Plus 170 is a solid number.
I'm with it. We gotta see some life out of these teams. So I'm hoping for some life out of the game. That's just my logic. If Fiorentina go out another game without scoring a goal,
yeah, it'd
be a rough year.
It could be rough. And they've got, I believe, Como next, did I see on their schedule?
Ooh, hate to be them.
Yep. Yeah, Como at home next week. So back-to-back home matches, but yeah, they've got Como. Not an easy one.
Yeah, they got a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Pisa is what I mean. After that, they got Roma and Milan after that, and then Bologna, and then Inter. So yeah, I'm sorry. Like if Fiorentina, that's a brutal fucking start to the year. I mean, if not saying they can or will win this game, but if you don't start scoring goals and showing some intent,
yeah,
you're looking at 15th place by the time Halloween comes around.
What do you think? Moving on from this one, the rest of the Italy slate, and the interesting one, I know we're not featuring it because we had 3 matches we liked better, but Milan hosting Bologna is an interesting one. Milan minus 115, Bologna plus 300 on the road. What do you make of that, Nick?
What do I make of that? 2 more teams that can't fucking score goals. I don't know. It's going to be like a big ass under weekend here. I don't know who to believe in less. I mean, am I going to put my faith in Milan again because I said I would? Maybe. Who's scoring goals for Bologna? They haven't looked good at all either. I don't know. I mean, that's a 0-0 game or a 3-2 game, right? Fuck. I don't know what to make of it. I just don't understand the number on Milan other than that they're at home, right?
Yeah.
Should they win? Maybe, but I think these teams are like, there's nothing to separate them right now because neither have shown anything impressive.
Yeah. Anything else this weekend you like in Italy? Your boys even money at Sassuolo. Sassuolo's been pretty bad.
If they can't fucking beat Sassuolo, I mean, ship the season. I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know. That's maybe the other decent bet. Plus 105, I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Udinese, if you believe in them to put 2 good games in a row, they're plus 160 at Pisa.
Man, they let us down week 1. We had them week 1 on the money line on the Friday match, I think it was, and they let us down.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. I don't believe in them either.
What about Roma sitting here playing Torino that can't really defend this year? Roma at home, money line and over 2.5 is plus 140.
Yeah, I mean, they played back-to-back 1-0. I mean, sooner or later, it's got to change with Gasperini, you'd think. I don't know. They get the over 2.5. I mean, team total is -145.
All right.
I don't hate that.
Over 1.5 is still -120. Playable,
Yeah.
not a plus number,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Roma -1.5 goals is +150. Can they do it? 2-0 win, 3-1 win.
Kind of like the -1 at -115. Better get the protection.
Yeah.
Another 1-0. One goal score prop that jumped out at me. Matias Sule came off a really good match last match. Doesn't travel for international break. He's with the team. +240. He's been looking pretty good to start the season.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I got a better number than that. +300 over here.
Yeah, 300. I'd probably play that without thinking about it.
are we going to ignore? Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was going to say he almost had a brace last match. Second one got called back by VAR, but he looked good.
Are we going to ignore Nick's team being even money to win against the bottom place Sassuolo team?
Steve said it.
No,
No,
I
you said that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what Nick said.
I was
Shit
I was
to
trying to
see if
find
they
the
can't
Roma
win.
line. Yeah.
No, I mean if they can't win that game, man. A Sassuolo who like I can't even find the words. I thought they can actually get points last week or the last game that they had. And they come back from a 2-goal deficit just to give up another goal to Cremonese. So is Cremonese for real? Many people are asking.
Oh, yeah,
Might be better.
they've got 6 points. Forgot about that.
Might be better than Como.
We'll see. We'll see.
But no, Sassuolo stink. They've given up 5 goals in 2 games. So I definitely expect the Lazio 3 points.
All right, let's jump over to England. Feature match of the week, the Manchester Derby. City at home, -130, hosting United, +320. The over in this one is actually set at 3.5 on DraftKings, +140. The under at -175.
Yeah.
So quite the opposite of the two matches we talked about in Italy. You can get Holland for a generous even money.
Don't laugh. I like it.
DraftKings. And let's see, both teams to score -185, things like this. Both teams to score over 2.5, -125. Might be a good look here if you think there's gonna be goals. Team props, both team. The City team total is juiced at -170, but the United team total +155. So, what do we make of this? I mean, City at home at this number usually is pretty close to have to take it. But
I'm gonna use my
City,
boy
I don't know.
Eduardo's logic. When was the last time City lost 3 straight games?
Probably
Last
not
year,
that
right?
long ago. Yeah, I was gonna say probably last year. Happened probably a couple times.
So we have to come to terms with City's new reality, which I'm loving. The books haven't come to terms with it yet, still after like a year and a half. So that's great for us. They're not very good. They're just not playing very well. I don't know how to quantify it.
Losers of two of their 3 in the league so far.
And like,
so.
did they get a touch in like the opponent's box against Tottenham? Like Tottenham fucking destroyed them a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
But does anybody trust United? Like, do you want me to really say Manchester United could win this game? What have they shown me in the last 5 years that they can come and win this game against City? I just don't see it. City to score the first goal, +100, even money. That's like where I'm at. I like Haaland to score also. I don't care. Like even money, you know me, I never take numbers like that, but show me a scenario where City win this game. Marmouche is out. Haaland doesn't score.
Yeah, I think, Holland, this should be a game that Holland takes on, obviously just coming off that 5-goal game for Norway. But, it's such an odd matchup between these two teams because City are, like you said, Nick, they're just probably bad. Like the back line is not good. It's been causing them issues for, a better part of a year at this point. They aren't really addressing it either. That's like the weird thing. They keep, I guess they brought in Ait Nori, but they haven't really brought in like a top center half in probably 2 years now. So they're trotting out, Kushinov and Stones and whoever they can kind of cobble together while they wait for Ruben Diaz to be ready. It's not working for them. And I know they went out and grabbed Donnarumma, and I think that's going to be an interesting. I think two different sides of that argument are represented on this podcast right now. I don't know that Donnarumma is going to save their defense by any measure. But at the same time, like, United sitting above them, but United has also been a joke to start the season. They were a 96th minute penalty kick away from being, 2 points in 3 matches and being eliminated by Grimsby Town in the FA Cup. So
Fact.
it's hard to make heads or tails of it. I think, the minus 130 number for City is probably the right play, but, neither team is playing well. City have as many question marks this year as they did last year. We talked about Marmouche as being, is going to be out, so they'll probably have to play, a slightly different lineup now with Holland. Probably we'll see. I'm curious. I'm wondering if what's his name, dude from France that they brought over that hasn't been starting. Your boy Nick. What's his name?
Oh, Cherokee.
I feel like Cherokee, now is your time to shine, right? Like everyone questioning why this guy hasn't been starting. If Marmouche is out, Cherokee should be sliding straight in, right? Like this is the perfect time for him to come in and take it on a nailed down spot in the starting 11. So maybe a Cherokee prop in some fashion is the play here, but it's going to be a really interesting game because I feel like wherever this result goes is going to kind of set the tone for the rest of the first half of this season for either club, right? Like if City come out and they dominate United and they're able to bounce back from that, rough opening 3 matches, then I could see them kind of making their way back up into the top 3 and, being part of that conversation for the title race. If United beat City here, I think there's a very real turnaround and kind of how the vibes are in Manchester, because now, maybe it's not the greatest start to the season, but you beat your crosstown rival. You're probably going to be sitting somewhere in the top, 8 or so, with, what would that be? It would be 7 points out of 12. It's not too bad. So it's I think a very pivotal match for both of these teams, but, I think history would tell us it's probably safer to say with City on this one.
Yeah, and I mean, if City loses 3 in a row, 3 out of 4 to open the season, that's a rough start. I mean, I'm not going to say the title race is over for them, but it makes it very difficult when you're chasing teams like Liverpool, who are so far
Arsenal.
perfect, and Arsenal.
Chelsea, who's undefeated.
Chelsea, who are undefeated.
Becomes an uphill climb.
Eduardo makes a solid point, though. Huge upgrade for Man United just by not having Onana.
Yeah.
So
addition by subtraction.
That's huge for them. No, listen, I mean, we talk about it week in and week out. It's starting to get stale. Like, what has Amorim shown us that at all? Right? I gave him the benefit of the doubt coming into the year, saying he was tanking deliberately. But now that we've seen him, he stinks. Yeah. Like, he's got no plans. He's got no plan B for certain. I don't know how anybody could believe in United as bad as City have been at home. I just can't see a scenario where City lose this game.
Yeah. I think it's hard to see them losing the match. I kind of go back to that. Both teams score over 2.5 since head to head. It's happened. We've had that scenario 8 out of 10. Both of those bets. So I think that's one way to look. But I think you got to look City here minus 130.
I'm really struggling to make a case any other way.
All right. What about the rest of England? What else?
Wait, Cherokee's injured?
Must be, because I don't see any props for him.
Yeah, it's because I don't see him, and now I'm thinking he might be another guy that got hurt. Oh yeah, quadriceps tear. All right, so fuck that then. For a while. Tear, yeah.
R.I.P.
All right, maybe I'm taking United then. Dude, so if they've lost Marmouche, they've lost Cherokee. They're probably going to be throwing out Oscar Bob and Doku with Holland, with Silva playing behind him. I mean, that's
yeah. United double tough. Chance plus 110.
It's tough. But then there's the delict factor. So, which Nick, I was surprised Nick didn't mention that. I was waiting for the delict shade to come in.
Him and Maguire are like the stars of the show here. They've only given up 4 goals in 3 games.
Yeah,
that's pretty good for them.
Yeah, not too bad for them.
No, I don't know. I really thought about it because obviously I knew we were going to discuss this game. I don't have a good thing to say about United unless we think like, hey, some of their new players, it's going to, we knew it was going to take a little bit of time to gel and they got some training in, but I don't know. I mean, if City lose this game, like, what do you do with Pep? Like, do you
give him another year extension?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
you got to keep going until you can send Pep off with like a not disappointing season, I guess. I don't know.
I can't wait to hear his press conference. I don't know.
It's, the thing that's been hanging over City's head too is this, what's going to happen with this 115 charge, FA breach of rules.
Nothing.
Probably nothing, but it just feels like, that's been around the corner for a year now. And I think we're actually getting to the point where they have to release something. And part of me wonders, like, were there unwillingness to invest in, improvements to the back line this summer, maybe indicative of, we might not be getting Premier League money next year. And even though we can fund it ourselves, we still have to abide by these, financial regulations. I don't know.
Right.
Seems a little out there, but like, that's the only rational explanation I can think of. I just don't know why you would sit there with this back line that they have now when there were center halves out there that were available that would have improved the line. I mean, Arsenal got Hincapie in on the deadline day, and that certainly would have been an upgrade for them. And Hincapie's going to be coming off the bench for Arsenal. So it's like, it was just very, very odd. And then they go and get Donnarumma, even though, goalkeeper wasn't really a major area of concern for them because they addressed it at the beginning of the season.
Right.
So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Right, so let me ask you. Okay, go ahead.
No. I mean, I understand your point with Donnarumma too, but it's also one of those situations where like a keeper like that isn't typically available for nothing. So you just kind of like, okay,
but it doesn't fit the system, man.
Let's make sure our rivals don't pick him up. I don't know.
Donnarumma was, I was looking this up because I saw this doesn't fit the system stuff. So I wanted to put numbers to it. Donnarumma was like 85th in defensive interactions outside of the box in all 5 leagues.
No,
Ederson was top 5. Allison's top 5. All the City keepers in that are in like the top 10. And so that's going to be a massive change for a defensive line that already is bad.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a concern. And look, Donnarumma is a really good goalkeeper. I'm not trying to say he's bad, but I don't think he's going to be this like step above.
He's not a modern keeper.
Yeah.
That's how they play.
Like the way that he outperforms XG isn't even like that substantial. And the problem right now with the way that City are conceding is like they're conceding a lot of XG. So like it's, Donnarumma's not going to come in and just be this, cure all for them. It's
right.
Yeah.
No, maybe it's, you need to shake up, one of those type of things like. But I'm with you, kind of. All right, sorry, Steve. You were going to ask us something.
No, I was going to move on from this match to a couple of the other Premier League matches.
There's some I like.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I have a very interesting parlay that I think is a must hit, even though it's minus 105. And it's Arsenal and Newcastle, both money line at home, because both of those teams are playing must win games. Arsenal are playing Nottingham Forest, who've just fired their manager, Nuno, which is a mistake, which I think everybody except the owner knows. Brought in Ange Postecoglou, who does not play a system that matches the current squad of Nottingham Forest at all.
You nailed it, though.
And I think Arsenal, after that kind of disappointing loss against Liverpool, with an unbelievable free kick by Dominic Szoboszlai, because we didn't get to talk about it during international break. They need to bounce back win at home in a big way. So I think this is a must win for them. If they drop points here and Liverpool pick up, 3 and they're at 12, or Arsenal are sitting at 8, that's very demotivating for that squad.
Yeah.
Newcastle, I think they benefited from the break about as much as anybody. They're kind of getting run ragged. Injuries to midfield. I think they're all set now. Guimaraes should be back. Tonali seemed like he was fine playing for Italy. Yep. So midfield should be all right. I think it's giving them some time to kind of bet in an actual striker. Woltmade should be ready to go. And I think they've kind of proven themselves that even in that adversity, they performed pretty well. So I think playing Wolves, who are probably the worst team in the league right now, should be an easy win for them at home. So those two teams, money line parlay is minus 105. I happily took that. That has to happen.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I was going to say Wolves statistically the worst team through three match days. 8 conceded. Pretty bad. So I think that's a good parlay. I think that's a get right spot for both sides, like you said, especially for Newcastle. And interesting time. I know you mentioned they wanted I'm just gonna say Ange because it was Butcher's last name, but Postecoglou. They wanted him for a while, right? But you make this move now, and like you said, the squad's not built for him. It was built for Nuno, and now it's like,
Nuno,
probably
that really
harming
disappointing
the side
win, loss, and draw.
Yeah,
right. Like, what did he? I don't know.
And what Nuno did with his team was impressive.
Right.
Got to Europe. So,
right.
But the problem was he was too good because he was in third place for the first 5 months of the season, and then all of a sudden there were visions of actual Champions League, which honestly, I don't know if this is controversial to say, probably for the best that they didn't get in, because that's one of those things where it's like you're going to get smoked by the competition. You're going to be in and out. Yeah, you'll get some extra money, but like it's not great for like the slow development of the squad. Getting into a competition that's a little bit lower level that you actually have a chance at making a run through will, one, get your squad beefed up and ready for a long season if you do qualify for Champions League in the following year. So it's not like a Arsenal season where you get gassed out in March. Yeah. And two, it kind of builds that experience, right? Like you need to get that European experience, which none of those players have. So, a weird way, like I thought that was kind of like a blessing for them. It's a better fit. It's a way for them to kind of organically grow without kind of just being thrown in the deep end.
It just gotta, what's the vision? What's the real deal goal for this team, right? Because is it to just hang out in the Premier League and collect Premier League money and finish 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 15th? They can do that.
Marinakis is kind of delusional. I think he thinks that, the Forest, listen, they have a great history, and by every right, they should have realistic expectations to be in title contention, even though they're structurally not set up for it right now. But I think his delusion is that, hey, we can get there if we put our minds to it and just throw a bunch of money at it, or not even a bunch of money, but try and solve it as best we can. And kind of wants the shortcut, but doesn't strike me as a patient fellow. Let's put it that way.
Do you guys have Ange as a better manager pound for pound than
Nuno? Not right now. Not in the Premier League. Nuno has too much experience, and I know he's failed in certain places, but like he's gotten into these teams. Like he got into Spurs because he was doing really well with Wolves, right? And
who's done well at Spurs? Like who has succeeded? Well,
I think
I guess.
And won a European
17th place finish and a title.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would back Nuno, but
yeah, I'm with you.
We'll see.
I'm with you.
See how it goes. Could be a new manager bounce though.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was going to caution is, hey, do they get a little bit of a bounce or maybe not? Yeah. I'm going to hit you guys with a crazy one. I like Leeds going to Fulham because I think Fulham stink. Leeds double chance -115. The
double chance is interesting.
Yeah, I just don't believe in Fulham at all. They don't look good, but if you believe they can do something, both teams to score is 115. I kind of like that too. I could see a 1-1. I could see potentially even a Leeds.
Yeah, both teams to score. That kind of fits the like both teams stink.
Exactly.
There will be goals. I like that.
Leeds has only scored once in 3 matches so far. That's the only danger.
And they got to win.
Yeah, they lost to
they beat Everton
and they drew Newcastle. But that's the only thing that worries me there. I thought Chelsea -130 at Brentford was a good number.
Slam. Absolute slam. Now that
that's a good number. I got a question for you guys. This was going to ask before. Spurs +115 at West Ham, Villa +190 at Everton. More likely to get a bounce back after losing last match day.
I couldn't figure out the Spurs number. I just don't understand why.
I just can't figure out Spurs.
Yeah, it's
like our Bournemouth really
scary.
Bournemouth are good. I think Bournemouth are good. They gave Liverpool a good run in the opening match of the season. So I think you could convince me that, after that, they've gone, and I think they've had a pair of 1-0 wins, right? So, yeah, they beat Tottenham 1-0, and they beat Wolves 1-0.
They're playing West Ham.
Who?
Yeah, Spurs are playing West Ham.
Spurs are playing
West Ham. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to figure out if Bournemouth are good or not. That's what I'm saying. So, like, because, like, the Spurs match, like, where they lost, like, I want to believe that Spurs are good. They lost to Bournemouth. But if Bournemouth are actually good, then it could be that Spurs are also good. Does that logic make sense? That's how it's working in my head. I'm trying to determine,
decent team,
are Spurs good enough to win on the road against West Ham? They just had a loss of 1-0 against Bournemouth, which at face value seems bad. But I think Bournemouth might actually be good, in which case that loss is not bad. Yeah. Does that make more sense?
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. So in that sense, +115 for Spurs on the road, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It seems like it works.
I like it much better than I like Aston Villa away to Everton. That's not an easy place to go.
that is a game where Aston Villa underperforms. They're already low performance levels, and Everton get like a little 1-0 win. That's
Aston Villa
really what it
of
feels
0 goals scored fame, by the way.
Yeah.
No goals yet this year.
None.
Yeah, that to me is
What a downfall for Watkins,
Yeah.
man. That's tough. Like he was really like he's 28, 29, 28. He thought he was going to get a move to a, top team in England with the number of teams in England looking for strikers, and he had zero interest.
Yeah.
Zero interest. And now he just seems like he's checked out.
I would have thought Arsenal or Newcastle for sure.
Yeah, the Newcastle. Once Newcastle missed out on their 5th striker in the window, I thought Ollie Watkins had a pretty good chance, and they pulled.
By the way, is Isak going to play this game?
No, he's not going to start. No way.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I mean, you don't need to.
Yeah,
Ekitike has been so good.
Ekitike
Ekitike has been maybe your second best player behind Soboslai.
Yeah.
No way. But he'll probably get an appearance. He'll probably come on for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they'd have no depth forward right now. Sorry, Chiesa fans.
Chiesa left off of Champions League roster fame. That Chiesa.
Yeah, and Italy World Cup qualifying fame. I don't know if there's anything else. Do you want to talk quick Champions League? We don't have to go through matches. We want to just take a look at futures for league.
Yeah, I mean,
because there are a few interesting ones.
Oh, okay, good. I like that you're saying that because I was going to give out the spectacular advice that I like to give out. Scotty, I'm sorry, we didn't even plan. We usually do a preview show, but any of the favorites, just wait. Like if you are thinking that you are going to take a Liverpool, a Barcelona, a PSG, Arsenal, whoever you like, no need to take them before the second round because that number is not going to drastically diminish. That's
you're saying to like finish top of the table, tables or league stage, right?
I just mean like tournament winners.
Okay, so I'm not even looking at that.
I'm looking at Liverpool plus 500. Like, why would I take that now? I can get that the next round.
Yeah, I'm talking like the league futures because there's like specific props
the
to like
phase future.
Yeah, the league phase. Yeah.
I don't have that, so I'll ride with it.
All right. So PSG are sitting at plus 800 on that. Fourth shortest odds: Barcelona plus 500, Arsenal plus 550, Liverpool plus 650, PSG plus 800. I like that one quite a bit. I think PSG are built for the league stage because they're not going to have to put in too much effort in their actual Ligue 1 matches on the weekends. So I think Liverpool are going to struggle a little bit. They're obviously still kind of betting in. I know they won the league stage last year. Barcelona at plus 500, that just has to be because they're draw. I haven't gone through and looked at the strength of schedule for all of these teams, but that number, it seemed a little off, right? Why are they the favorites right now? It has to be purely based off of their schedule. So yeah, I like PSG plus 800 as league phase winner. Top 8 finish. Any Italian club you can think of is sitting at plus 200 or better.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye.
Yeah, they're like 12th shortest and deeper in terms of odds. So I think the best odds are Napoli and Inter at plus 200 each. Juve are at plus 300. Atalanta plus 450. So, I mean, one of these guys got to get a buy.
I don't think Atalanta gets
ain't gonna be
I'm not
Atalanta.
saying,
Yeah.
But of those three, the Inter, we talked about them all already in the spot, but Inter, Napoli, Juve. Well, I mean, one of those has to finish in the top 8. One of those has to get a buy.
Yeah, I think Inter's going to prioritize getting all the money they can in this competition. Obviously, I don't think they're deep enough to make another run. It's not with this coach, but I think they're going to do whatever they need to do to get far.
So Inter plus 200 top 8?
I don't mind that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
Of the teams you mentioned, yeah, I think so. They got a tough draw, man. They're going away to Ajax game 1. That's tough.
And then
give me a little bit of pause.
The only other interesting one, bottom of the league, we have that
Paphos.
No, it's that Kairat Almaty, the team that beat was it Rangers to get in?
Oh yeah, Rangers who scored no goals in 2 games. That's right.
Yeah. So you got to figure. I mean, they're sitting there at plus 150. It's not great odds, but like it's not a negative. Like it's not a minus number.
Yeah.
The next shortest would be Karabag at plus 400. Then Slavia Prague plus 1,000. Paphos Nick is plus 1,000. Bodo Glimt plus 1,600. You like what? Paphos at plus 1,000?
Plus 1,000. Definitely. Oh, Karabag's fucking good at home. Like
I was gonna say they're
that's
tough
not
to
a
go
team
to.
you go there and pick up points very easily.
Yeah, they're a very difficult place to go to.
Yeah.
Well,
there's okay.
So is Kairat technically because you got to fly all the way to fucking Kazakhstan, which is 1,500 miles away or something.
That's true.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of speaks to what Nick is saying about Paphos at plus 1,000.
I like.
I mean, they haven't played a lot of matches yet, but they're fifth in the Cypriot first division right now. I mean,
Bro, they're not even in the first place in their league right now.
Yeah.
They're in second place in the Kazakhstan Premier League.
I was talking about Paphos.
Yeah, I'm just saying Kyra. Like I'm looking them up right now, just trying to figure exactly.
If you're the fifth place team from Cyprus, I don't have high hopes.
Through they've played one match so far, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Kairat's played 21.
Some teams have played two, but
did they win that match?
Yeah, they did. They have 3 points.
Okay.
I guess the reason why I've never even heard of them is because the only team I've probably ever heard of from Cyprus was Apoel, because they've been in these competitions a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a value play, I think them at plus 1,000 is probably the value play.
Fuck yeah, they're not going to Olympiacos game 1 and winning. No chance.
And then quickly, top goal scorer props, because usually those you got to lock in a little bit. Haaland at plus 600, Mbappe plus 700, Lewandowski plus 800, Salah plus 900, Kane plus 900, Isak plus 1,200, Gyökeres plus 1,400. Terrible. Dembele plus 1,400, Ekitike plus 18.
Kane's always a good shout in this competition because they always go far, and he just...
Man, I'm just looking. I do not see Vinicius Jr. Where is he? Holy shit. Plus 4,000. He is deep down there.
Yeah, Mbappe's going to eat all those goals.
So here you go. You want to talk about bottom of the table? Kairat hosts Paphos on October 21st in match day 3.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
All right, so take Paphos.
That's
and then
going to be
hedge.
must-see TV.
Yeah.
Take your mortgage and put it on the over.
It will go a long way to probably determining who finishes bottom if someone comes out with a win.
Yeah. What a great match that'll be.
That must-see TV. And it's probably like a 9 a.m. kickoff because it'll be fucking like 10 o'clock at night in wherever, Stan.
Yeah, that's great.
There's some decent games this opening week. Dude, how do you guys feel about PSV at home against Union?
You said there's great games and you're going with PSV Union?
I'm saying great games to bet. Like I think that's a good minus 130.
Cares about PSV and Union. Sorry.
PSV at home I think is solid.
Yeah. Tough one for Arsenal to start out at Bilbao. Bilbao's not an easy place to go to either.
It's a Tuesday game.
Yeah.
So it's a quick turnaround for them on the weekend. Maybe. I could see that. Opportunity for drop points.
Yeah.
Juve Dortmund's a big one just to open things up for both of them.
Just remember, there was a ton of goals in this competition last year. Like group stage was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
3-4
goal differential is important.
Game. Yeah.
You can get Olympiacos at home minus a goal and a quarter for minus 110 against Paphos.
I think so.
Barcelona plus 115 at Newcastle.
Yeah, that seems good.
Dude, if Barcelona are going to be the short odds to finish at the top of the table, they better start off with 3 points week 1.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying.
Opens at PSG.
Oof. Going to get fucking railed.
Minus a goal and a half, minus 110. I like it. I don't trust Ivan Juric to be managing a team in the Champions League.
Against PSG, defending champs? No way.
way.
Slavia, Bodo, like low-key over game. I don't know. Like, anybody could win. Bayern, Chelsea's a good game. Ajax, Inter's a good game.
Yep.
Liverpool, Atletico's a good game. Club Brugge, Monaco, probably a sneaky good game.
We mentioned City. Napoli, if City loses this weekend, right, or they drop points, and Napoli comes in with a win, like plus 400, you can take them on like the draw no bet or double chance. I mean, I know it's at City, but City would be reeling if they
return of De Bruyne
3 points, right? Like,
do you think De Bruyne is going to score or assist in that game?
I don't know. The double chance is plus 120 if the results go the right way over the weekend, and the momentum favors Napoli. I would not hate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that'll
should
do
be
it.
Fun. We'll throw out some bets as it comes closer to game time for sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Back to full-fledged action now. The Champions League's kicking off.
Hell yeah.
International breaks behind us.
Man, hit us with your bets, guys.
Yeah.
You saw we were heads or tails on some shit, but are there going to be goals? Yes,
I would hope so.
Let us
know
know
in the comments on YouTube, on Twitter, wherever you're listening. Hit us in the comments with your best bets.
Am I on the right side? Yeah.
The other side.
On that side for me.
Yeah, there you go. All right. See, well, I won't see you guys next week, but you guys will.
All right. Somebody wants to hop on. Let us know.
Yeah, reach out in the DMs.